jet setting across the globe, seeking unique adventures. This is Will International.
Okay, here I am again. Wanted to come back to Thailand. Actually, it was within a 6-month period of time because I just couldn't get enough of this country. So I turned back around and came back. But this particular time I wanted to get a little bit more into the culture. And I heard about this particular festival that takes place every year around the same time. It's usually in different months, but it's still around the same time, which is this particular time was in November of 2018, because it's 2019 now, so it was 2018, and I had to fly back. So of course I came back to the same hotel that I was staying at before, which is again in the heart of Bangkok. And the name of this hotel is Ramchat, and it's on Circumvent Road. Like I said, the first time that I came to Thailand, I stayed at this hotel, but it was for just the weekend. And of course, when I came back again, this time, I wanted to stay there again because it's right in the middle of everything. Whichever type of nighttime life that you enjoy, this hotel is in the middle, and the prices are excellent. And of course, the time that I came back, which is in November, it's right at the peak of the tourist. What they call it, the high tourist peak during this time in Bangkok, in Thailand. So of course I wanted to book this same hotel, and as you see, was kind of like sitting out the night that I got, the first night that I got to Bangkok. I kind of sat out in front of the hotel and was just people watching again. And as you see, this particular shot was, I think it was around 11 o'clock, maybe 12, about 12:30. And as you see, the city is bustling with people. The city never sleeps, it seems like. But again, I had to come back for this particular festival. And I was told about this festival by a friend of mine on Facebook. And of course, I made plans to come back in November, and I made that journey back. Something inherently about Bangkok, about Thailand, that it seems that this is my favorite place to go. Maybe it's because of the spirituality. It's definitely a great vibe. People there are wonderful. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to see, and I really recommend this for anyone who wants to travel, that this is definitely the place that you should put on your list. One of the countries that you should put on your list to go see. So I came back for this particular festival, which is called Loy Krathong, and that is the flower festival. And of course, you get a chance to I wanted to get a chance to actually experience this. And as you see right here, this is the floating flower that was handmade by one of the people in the hotel. So I kind of like made sure that I was gonna go. And as you see here, I have it in my hand. and it's held at one of the ponds, one of the parks, which really wasn't too far away. It was about a couple of train stops down, but I wanted to make sure, so I was kind of like in a rush because I didn't want to miss out on this particular event. I wanted to see everything, so I was kind of like really in a rush. I wanted to make sure I got there in time, so I had the floating basket. That's what Loy Krathong is actually translated to float a basket or floating basket. I don't know how true that is, but that's what the translation is. So I wanted to make sure that I have that, and I was ready to go. And as you see here, I had to hurry up and speed through the city, through the mounds of people. And once I got to the train station, I was making sure that I had all the right directions.
Right. Okay, 16 baht. 60?
And again, as you see this lady, as she smiles, that's how the people in Bangkok and Thailand, that's how they are. They're very nice, very warm, very, very warm people. Very friendly, very helpful. I wanted to make sure I go the right direction, so I had to ask one more time.
The park is... Yeah. This way?
Beautifully, beautifully made. Yeah. And this is what you actually sit in the water. What I have in my hand here, you sit that in the water, and the festival is pretty much celebrated annually throughout the Kingdom of Thailand. And as I said, the name could be translated to float a basket, and it comes from the tradition of making krathong or bouillon, which is a decorated basket, which are then floated on a river. And it takes place in the evening of the full moon of the 12th month in the tradition of Thai lunar calendar. So the date of the festival change every year depending on the Western calendar, but it usually falls in November. Of course, in different countries or in surrounding countries in Southeast Asia is known as something different. It's called something different. But as you see, it's very, very, it's a very, very spiritual event, and I'm glad I had a chance to actually be a part of it. And it's celebrated to pay homage and thanks to the rainy seasons. And you put the candles and incense, and you kind of like make a wish, and you kind of like pray away all the negative, bad vibes, and you wish for a good harvest from the harvest with rice. And that's what all the people are doing. And as you see, all the candles that are floating in the river here. And as you see, this gentleman is making his prayer. very, very, very spiritual, very beautiful. And I'm so glad that I had a chance to actually come and witness this, because it's something that I will never forget. Very peaceful. And that was my experience. My second return. And I shall return to Thailand again very soon. Until then, enjoy.